Welcome, karmic psychics. I hope you're all well. And can you believe it? We are in the month of May. Oh my goodness, this is almost half a year has gone by in 2023 so fast. I've had so much fun with most of you listeners who on a weekly basis message me and give me your input and questions. Thank you so much. Continue and let's get on with the weekly forecast for May the 1st until the 7th of May. So this week we have quite a huge transformation of planets occurring, and all star signs will be impacted in some shape or form. Firstly, I would like to discuss Pluto retrograde. Pluto is retrograding slowly and eventually back into Capricorn from Aquarius, which impact will be a lot more as we progress into the month of June, mid-June. However, from today until October the 10th, Pluto retrograde will be in full force. Now, Pluto retrograde will be about self-reflection. It will be about facing our deepest fears, and perhaps even recognizing our self-destructive habits and trying to work on them, trying to face scenarios, situations that we've been running from and actually dealing with them head on in this period until October. And you may already be feeling this quite instantly, even from today, as you perhaps for all star signs may have to deal with those tax letters. You may have to deal with important letters addressing important information, and where your speech will be very important. Your opinions will be taken very seriously. This is a time to be very mindful of how you speak to others, all star signs, because Pluto retrograde really does make us reflect and release our old perceptions of life and relationships and come in with a deeper understanding as we let go of our fears. We also have this week, around Thursday, Friday, on the 5th of May, the full moon, the lunar eclipse, which will take place in the nakshatra Vishaka, which is in Libra. And Vishaka nakshatra is going to be one where diplomacy for all star signs is needed, and professionalism, whether it be in your career, even with personal relationships, where you will have to be extremely diplomatic, see others' points of view, see where they're coming from, and not to make a judgment in haste. Let this time unfold and let the truth come out as the truth can come out with the Pluto retrograde, with Mercury retrograde, which is here already, as we know, and with the full moon energy. Perhaps this will bring some things into light. People from the past who may suddenly want to come back into your life, also whom you had left, and this issue or challenging incidences for all star signs, from where you finished, you will maybe start again in most relationships, old relationships. We have Mars and Venus in conjunction in Gemini from the 1st to 7th of May. So again, this week is going to be extremely sensitive for all star signs. How? Because Mars, as you know, it can be quite an enforcer, quite a strong energy. And when it's in the house of Gemini, the house of communication and public image, you will have to be extremely mindful again of how you speak. Your speech this week, all star signs, will be extremely, extremely important. Do not let your ego get in the way of important relationships. Venus in conjunction with Mars can create you to be quite can be quite strong, quite forceful with some people, perhaps in your personal relationships or with those at work, and you could be highly sensitive or take their words the wrong way, all star signs. So this whole week, I would say that sensitivity, misunderstandings, facing difficult situations head on will be extremely, extremely important and highlighted for all star signs this week. Other planets, where do they sit? Well, we have Sun, Mercury, Jupiter and Rahu in Aries. We have Mars and Venus in Gemini. We have Moon and Ketu in Libra. We have Pluto retrograding, as I have said, from Aquarius into Capricorn. And we have Saturn in Aquarius. So for all star signs, this will be a time also where many will have opportunities to travel immensely for work, perhaps for more than one particular role. I can see that lots of you may suddenly have 2 jobs, 3 jobs, or take on different roles and make good money. This is a very good week for new opportunities or sudden work falling on your lap for all star signs. So let us quickly have a look at each star sign for this week. Starting with Aries. Aries, this is going to be a very sensitive week for you. The way you speak to others at home, at work, in personal relationships in particular. This is also a time when traveling will be at the forefront. You will be extremely exhausted this week. I will also say to you is whatever secrets or information that you depart with those that you feel that you can confide in, that you must be quite careful this week what information you impart with them. Perhaps what you thought was confidential may actually be leaked out. So Aries, this is a time to be mindful of your speech and who you trust. Good note to leave on Aries is that your love life can blossom this week. Going to the gym or being very obsessed with your health and your partner being very obsessed with their health is on the cards. And short trips or trips suddenly taking place and booking holidays away can also be a week of goodness if you can get out of work commitments. Moving over to Taurus. Taurus, this is going to be a week where money, discussions, litigation, again, is very important. Family life is very important. This week, be very mindful not to take on too much pressure. Take your time in each task that you do, Taurus, and don't try to overthink or over-rush the things for the day, as it can leave you extremely depleted of energy. So this week is about taking things slow and steady. And again, not to be overly sensitive, Taurus, because I feel this week you could just suddenly take out your stress, frustrations out on the wrong people. Please be careful with your health. Eat well, sleep well, and drink plenty of water. Moving over to Gemini. Gemini, this is a week where your speech has to be under control. Letters through government or fees, outstanding fees, car parking fines could rear their head. Any important information that is needed by higher authorities could also fall in your lap this week, which will give you unnecessary stress or uneasiness. So try to nip things in the bud straight away. Don't let them delay. Otherwise, they will circulate and perhaps could go against you if you don't deal and tackle things head on this week. But be professional and remain calm. Be careful of your hands. Be careful of your feet. Be careful of not rushing so much with this Mars and Venus energy. Suddenly you could feel very burnt out, and be careful with your wording. Don't snap on the wrong people this week, especially around the full moon. Gemini, be extremely mindful of how you speak to others, especially to those in the home who care about you deeply, and don't go on extreme diets where it leaves you extremely exhausted and not in a good place mentally. Love life can bloom this week, but you may not get the response that you were expecting from an old flame. You perhaps were expecting them to rush back to you immediately. You may not get that. So you may not get the reaction you wanted, Geminis. But overall, this is a good week regarding your growth at work or your education. For Cancerians, this is a very important week because this is the week where you will be extremely disciplined, controlled. New groups of people will come onto your path this week, and sudden help for finances or personal growth or work growth. Somebody can suddenly enter this week into your life who will give you good advice and show you the right way to progress with property assets and improve on your savings, Cancerians. For Leo, this is a week where your temper will have to again be controlled. Leo, you are very good leaders, great bosses, great executives. You're also very great romantics. However, when it comes to the romantic aspect of your chart, Leos, this is a week where the less you try to control your partner or a situation related to your partner, the better the outcome will be. Keep busy, keep very much into your work and your hobbies, and into your well-being, and try to give your partner time to deal with or discover how to overcome some things by themselves. They need space right now, Leos, and I would highly recommend that you keep yourself busy, stay out, take on new hobbies, take new activities, and just give yourself some breathing space between you and your partner so that things are better when you communicate with each other. When it comes to Virgo, moving over to Virgo, this is a great week for your health. I knew for the last couple of weeks, months, Virgos have been neglecting their health and well-being. This is a great week for pampering, taking time out for yourself, meeting friends, socializing, and perhaps purchasing something very nice for yourself, Virgos, because it's been a long time since you have done that. I also feel this is a great time to take short trips away. Sudden trips away will do you a world of good. Do be careful of mother's health in this period. For Librans, on the relationship side, this can be quite an emotional time. I feel that you're quite drained and exhausted, and your partner needs to be helping you on an equal footing. Librans, this is a week where you will just have to perhaps not let your ego or your pride get in the way and ask for help. Ask people for help. This is a week where you can reconcile with someone who has been out of your life for a little while. But I'm sure it will do you a world of good. This can be someone who is like a mother, a female energy who gives you lots of support in the past. It's time to get them back. It's time to enjoy yourself, your times again with this person. Let the past go. Now moving on to Scorpio. Scorpio, this is a week where home life is important and getting organized, taking care of family life, eating well, and coming up perhaps with new dishes, new recipes, learning new things. And your spending, I must say, on clothes, luxury items may be out of control this week. You may also reconnect with old friends this week and go shopping, buy the same items together, do girly things together, which will be fun. And I think it's long overdue, Scorpios, because You've been so fixated on your routine and structure. Moving on to Sagittarius. Sagittarius this week is extremely busy. You may want time alone to recharge your batteries, but this week is a week where you will be suddenly getting calls from people left, right and center who will want to propose new work opportunities with you. Perhaps people that have from the past who have disconnected with you, I guess, in some way, are now trying to reconnect with you suddenly. It will be quite pleasant to hear from them, but don't forget that you must not leave all your important priorities out to accommodate that person from the past. Learn to have a balance now and approach this relationship again. This can be a personal relationship, and it can be something that can be restored, but it needs a balance, and you need to start slow and steady. And by the month of June, July, things should be settled. This is a nice time, Sagittarius, but you really need to enjoy your time and your power in yourself and realize that you're bringing a new calm energy into a relationship. Moving over to Capricorn. Capricorn, this is a very positive week when it comes to your determination, your hard work, your goals. You'll be extremely goal orientated. You will get lots of support from your colleagues, your family members. Home life will be beautiful. It will feel refreshed, and you will feel that you have new goals set and you will meet them. You have all the support from the universe. And your lower back and your stomach is of concern. So this week especially, be careful of not emotional eating to the point you feel extremely guilty afterwards, and make sure that you are hydrated enough so that your sleeping patterns are not bad. I would also like to say that there is some possibilities this week, Capricorn, that new opportunities could be presented to you from unknown sources, and that will give you a boost of confidence. Moving over to Aquarius. Aquarius, this is a very interesting week for you. I would say that when it comes to your work, that you may be extremely two-minded about what you're doing. You may want to just throw it away, jack it in, but I would say to you, do not make rash decisions this week. It's Mercury retrograde, a full moon is here. You may be feeling extremely emotional and just wanting to cut off straight away, but I will just say to you that give it time until end of May before you make any drastic decisions. I feel that work opportunities towards the end of May could bring you a new thought on the existing work that you have. And if you haven't got a job, that end of May seems very promising for those who are applying. With regards to your family life, this is the time to take care of others and enjoy time with your partner. Be careful of your lower back, and please be careful with your teeth this week, Aquarius. And you may be very interested in lots of new teas that take your fancy, and I think you will have a nice week, but be careful of your temper. Moving over, last but not least, to Pisces. Pisces, this is a very special week for you because I feel that this is a highly romantic time for you. I feel that you may take your partner out dancing or to the theatre or to something very romantic. This is a very romantic time for you, but again, because of the intense energies of Pluto, Mercury, I feel that this week, especially around the full moon on the 5th, that again, don't misunderstand your partner or loved ones, and do not jump to conclusions. Keep your mind cool and enjoy the little things in your life. As you do so, you will realize that your life is actually quite okay. It's your mind that self-sabotages or unappreciates things around you or people around you, this week I would say keep calm, and let things unravel for you this week. As next week approaches, Pisces, you'll be very proud of yourself if you keep calm this week. When it comes to your diet and stomach, if there are certain things that you're doing, for example, dieting, but you know that the things that you're consuming are not actually suiting you, perhaps you need to revise your diet to stay healthy. What are the alternatives? For example, if you're drinking protein shakes made with dairy, perhaps that doesn't suit you and you may want to opt for vegan or non-dairy milkshakes, etc. Otherwise, all star signs, I hope you all have a wonderful week ahead. Don't forget on the full moon on the 5th of May to do the full moon bay leaf manifestation technique, which I'm so pleased so many of you are doing and feel good for doing it. Around 9 o'clock in the evening, light 2 candles, always not 1. And on some bay leaves with a felt tip pen, write 1 or 2 words for what it is that you would like to manifest. So for example, one of the listeners is manifesting love, so they write true love on one of the bay leaves, and on the other bay leaf they are trying to manifest abundance. So they write abundance, but they've actually written huge abundance. Now, one of the numerology Vedic remedies for abundance is to write on your hand in a red pen the numbers 2190. That's right, 2190. 2 is to do with love, 1 is to do with yourself, your self-image, 9 is to do with overcoming everything, and 0 is affinity, wealth. So if you can write 2190 on your hand with a red pen, and you don't have to wait till the full moon to do that, you can write that daily on your hand, on your palm, with a red felt tip pen, and let me know. Write in and let me know what you can see. What differences do you see by doing that every morning? Now, I will leave you with this last message, is that until next week, perhaps you can write, since we have been together, karmic psychics, what improvements have you seen in your life since you've started the bay leaf manifestation technique, let's say, and send in your messages, and perhaps I will read them out in next week's episode. Until then, love and light. Take care. Bye-bye.